morning students. Today we will discuss the bond energy or bond enthalpy under the heading thermodynamics. In our last video we will discuss about the bomb calorimeter or coffee cup calorimeter to calculate the internal energy change or enthalpy change respectively. Today what is bond energy? Beta, bond energy is divided into two categories. Bond energy change during the formation of bond or during the breakdown of bond. When energy change during bond formation is known as bond association energy. And during the dissociation of bond, to break one mole of bond, that is known as bond dissociation energy. Beta, bond association energy during the formation of bond. How many bond? One mole of bond. Energy released or absorbed. So during formation of bond, energy is released. So you can define bond energy. Maybe bond association energy may be defined as the amount of energy released. Amount of energy released during formation of one mole of bond. During formation of one mole of bond. Bond dissociation energy, the amount of energy required to break one mole of bond. That is bond. Better when bond is formed, energy is released. When you require to break the bond, energy must be supplied. Energy, amount of energy supplied or required to break one mole of bond, that is known as bond dissociation energy. These two energy are collectively known as bond energy. That means bond energy is the amount of energy required or released during breakdown or formation of one mole of bond, that is known as bond energy. Beta, how will you calculate the bond energy? If you want to calculate the bond energy, some bonds are break in reactant molecule and some new bonds are formed in product molecule. If you want to calculate the bond energy, bond energy is calculated by change in enthalpy or total enthalpy of product minus total enthalpy of reactant, or you will say H2 minus H1, that is bond energy during the reaction. It may be represented by R or not, that's on you. Now another topic, that is exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermic and endothermic reactions. Exothermic reaction, exo means given out. During the chemical reaction, energy is released. Amount of energy released during the chemical process or chemical reaction take place. Amount of energy released means reactant has more energy as compared to product. It means reactant has more energy as compared to product. That means if you want to draw the graph between energy versus components, suppose energy of reactant is this one energy of reactant is very high, energy of product is small. That means energy of reactant is high, energy of product is small. That means this amount of energy will be released, given out. If you draw the graph is like this. This energy is known as energy of reactant. Beta, this much amount is known as energy of product. What about this energy? Beta, this much amount of energy required for the reaction take place. Here activated complex is formed. That activated complex help the formation of product. It is known as activation energy. This much amount of activation energy is absorbed, same amount of energy is released. That means it is not considered during the reaction take place. Or you will exempt this by draw the graph like this. Energy of reactant. This is the energy of product. Amount of energy changes this one. Amount of energy changes this one. Because activation energy is cancel the concept each other, same amount of energy absorb and release. So you may draw or may not be draw. You may draw graph like this also. Or you can say product is E2, reactant is E1. You will also write E2 minus E1 is the energy. And for exothermic reaction, beta, energy of reactant is greater. If energy of reactant is greater, that means sign is negative for exothermic reaction. Delta E or delta H always negative. Negative kilojoule per mole. For endothermic reaction, beta, endothermic reaction means amount of energy absorbed during the reaction take place. Exothermic reaction, energy is given out. Endothermic reaction, in endothermic reaction, energy is absorbed. It means if you draw the graph, energy of reactant is less, energy of product is greater. This is the reactant, this is the product. This is the amount of energy for reactant. It is the energy of product. What will happen? Reactant absorbs some energy, activated complex is formed. This activated complex immediately form the product. This much amount of energy is the activation energy. Energy of reactant is less, energy of product is greater. So reactant absorb energy. Some of the energy is consumed during activated complex formation and other energy is absorbed to form the product. Delta E again, product minus reactant. Now energy of product is greater, that means sign of product is greater, it is positive, kilojoule per mole. Beta, exothermic reaction, all combustion reactions are exothermic reaction. Endothermic reaction, some of the reaction like boiling of water is the endothermic reaction, either physical or chemical. Decomposition of calcium carbonate, decomposition of zinc carbonate, etc. all are endothermic reactions. Now some important heats. Beta, heat change for reaction. It is the amount of heat change. It is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of reactant completely change into product. When 1 mole of the reactant completely change into product. 1 mole of reactant change into product. The amount of heat change is known as heat changing reaction. Beta, heat change during phase transformation. Heat change during phase transformation. Phase transformation means solid to liquid, liquid to gas, solid to gas, liquid to gas, or vice versa. Opposite, liquid to solid, gas to liquid, etc. Then beta, when solid change into liquid, this process is known as fusion. Heat of fusion. It is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of solid completely melt into liquid. 1 mole of solid completely melt into liquid. That much amount of energy change or heat change is known as heat of fusion, or vice versa. Beta, heat of fusion will be calculated by solid change into liquid on melting. That means enthalpy of liquid minus enthalpy of solid. For heat of vaporization, another heat of vaporization. It is the amount of heat change or amount of energy change when 1 mole of liquid change into vapors at its boiling point. At its boiling point, or vice versa. So liquid to gas or vice versa at its boiling point is known as heat of vaporization. Same, delta H is equal to delta of gas minus delta H of liquid. Beta, heat of sublimation. Heat of sublimation. Sublimation is the process which converts solid to gas or gas to solid without any liquid state. So heat of sublimation means it is the amount of heat or energy change when 1 mole of solid directly sublimate into gas or vice versa at its particular sublimate temperature. At its sublimate temperature. That is known as enthalpy of sublimation. Now, some important enthalpy changes, that is enthalpy of combustion. Enthalpy of combustion. What is combustion? Combustion means substance is oxidized, completely oxidized. Any of the carbon compound which is completely oxidized to carbon dioxide. That is completely oxidized. And enthalpy change means it is the heat change. It is the amount of heat change. Better, it is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of substance is completely oxidized. One mole of substance is completely oxidized. The amount of enthalpy change is known as enthalpy of combustion. Beta, combustion always exothermic. Now, what is standard enthalpy of combustion? Standard enthalpy of combustion. Standard enthalpy of combustion is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of substance is completely oxidized under standard condition. that is 1 atmospheric pressure and 298 Kelvin temperature. This is the standard condition. Beta, enthalpy of combustion. Now enthalpy of neutralization. Enthalpy of neutralization. Definition remains same. It is the amount of enthalpy change when 1 mole of substance, not substance, neutralization take place between acid and base. 1 mole of acid is completely neutralized by base. Or vice versa. That is known as enthalpy of neutralization. Standard enthalpy of neutralization, again same, amount of heat change when 1 mole of acid is completely neutralized by base or vice versa under standard condition. Under standard condition. Now, and next is the enthalpy of formation. Next, enthalpy of formation. Beta, formation means 1 mole of product formed. The substance formed after chemical reaction, otherwise same. It is the amount of heat change when 1 mole of product formed during chemical reaction. It is the amount of enthalpy change or amount of heat change or amount of energy change when 1 mole of product formed. When 1 mole of product formed during chemical reaction, that is enthalpy of formation. And standard enthalpy of formation means amount of heat change when 1 mole of product formed during chemical reaction under standard condition. बेटे under standard condition. Now next, enthalpy of fusion हो गया. Enthalpy of neutralization is completed. Enthalpy of combustion is completed. बेटा enthalpy of solution. Solution. Solute dissolve in the solvent. Same amount of enthalpy change or amount of heat change when 1 mole of solid or 1 mole of solute completely dissolve in the given amount of solvent. 1 mole of solute completely dissolve in the given amount of solvent to give homogeneous phase. That enthalpy change is known as enthalpy of solution under standard condition. Then standard enthalpy of solution. Beta, enthalpy of allotropy. That means one allotropic form change into another, from example diamond to graphite or vice versa. Diamond and graphite both are allotropic forms of carbon. The amount of enthalpy change when 1 mole of one form of substance change into other form. 1 mole of one form of substance change into other is known as enthalpy of allotropy. Is known as enthalpy of allotropy. Now enthalpy of atomization. Beta, enthalpy of atomization. Any substance completely dissociate into atoms. That means we will say enthalpy of atomization means the amount of heat change when 1 mole of atoms are formed during chemical reaction. Under standard condition, then it is known as standard enthalpy of atomization. Then it is known as standard enthalpy of atomization. Next is the enthalpy of ionization. Same here, amount of enthalpy change or amount of heat change when 1 mole of substance is completely ionized, either anion and cation. 1 mole of substance is completely ionized when dissolved in water or by passing the current or something other. Next is the enthalpy of hydration. Beta, enthalpy of hydration. Hydration takes place when anhydrous salt change into hydrated salt. For example, beta copper sulfate, only copper sulfate, it is anhydrous copper sulfate. It is white in color. It adsorbs water as water of crystallization. It adsorbs 5 water molecules to give blue color. And we know what is the color of copper sulfate? Answer is blue. Blue is only when it have absorbed 5 water molecules. Now it is hydrated salt. 1 mole of anhydrous salt change into hydrated salt. Amount of heat change is known as enthalpy of hydration. That is known as enthalpy of hydration. Next is the enthalpy of hydrogenation. Beta, enthalpy of hydrogenation. Enthalpy of hydrogenation. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen. Hydrogenation means addition of hydrogen. That means unsaturated compound by addition of hydrogen becomes saturated. The amount of enthalpy change is known as enthalpy of hydrogenation. Beta, for example, you have alkene, unsaturated compound. It becomes saturated by addition of hydrogen. When 1 mole of unsaturated salt becomes saturated by addition of hydrogen, the enthalpy change or heat change is known as enthalpy of hydrogenation. Beta, that is known as enthalpy of hydrogenation. This is all about the enthalpies. This is all about the enthalpies. Now our last topic related to first law of thermodynamics, that is the Hess law. That is the known as Hess law, or someone called it as Hess's law. This is most important law, must be in your exam in 3 marks, and numerical based on the Hess's law also important. You will do practice for Hess law. Beta, this law says when reaction or reactant change into product either in single step or in number of steps, the total amount of enthalpy change remain same. The total amount of enthalpy change remain same. That is, for example, beta, you have A, it will change into B. This A change into B in one step. Reaction is complete, A change into B only in one step. Amount of energy change is Q kilojoule per mole. Q kilojoule per mole. If A change into C, C into D, D into B, beta, step 1, step 2, step 3. The amount of enthalpy change from A to C, Q1 kilojoule per mole, C to D, Q2 kilojoule per mole, and D to B, Q3 kilojoule per mole. Now calculate the enthalpy change or energy change when reaction takes place in number of steps. That is Q dash kilojoule per mole, it is Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Hess law said Q is equal to Q dash. It follow Hess's law. It means total amount of energy change during a chemical reaction remain same whether the reaction take place in single step or in number of steps. This is known as Hess's law. It is the theoretical verification. Beta, experimental verification. Suppose experimental verification, carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide by release of energy 393.5 kilojoule per mole. This much amount of energy released when carbon change into carbon dioxide. The same process will be occur in number of steps. Step 1. Carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide. Then step 2. Carbon monoxide again oxidized to give carbon dioxide. The amount of energy change during these processes are minus 110.5 kilojoule per mole, and during carbon monoxide is oxidized to carbon dioxide, amount of energy change is 283 kilojoule per mole. In term of Hess's law, you will say carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide. Carbon is partially oxidized in step 1, carbon monoxide and fully oxidized in step 2. Carbon changing to carbon dioxide, amount of energy change that is released 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Beta Q1 is step 1, energy is 110.5 kilojoule per mole. Step 2, that is the Q2. Step 2, amount of energy released 283.0 kilojoule per mole. Beta Q is reaction take place in one step. It is 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Now in multi-step Q dash, you will calculate by addition of Q1 plus Q2. Beta Q1 minus 110.5 plus Q2 again minus 283. Add these two, answer is minus 393.5. It will follow Hess's law because Q and Q dash both are similar. It is experimental verification. This is all about the Hess's law. What are the application of Hess's law? So, beta, all the definition, enthalpy of neutralization in case of applications of Hess's law. All the definitions, enthalpy of reaction, enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of combustion, enthalpy of neutralization, enthalpy of atomization, enthalpy of ionization, enthalpy of allotropic transformation, all are the applications of Hess's law. All are the applications of Hess's law. In case of Hess's law, if energy change during one step or in all the steps remain same, it will follow Hess's law, otherwise does not follow Hess's law. It is not necessary all reactions follow Hess's law. Some of the reaction follow and some of the reaction does not follow. If Q and Q dash both are similar, Hess's law is followed by that reaction is not similar, that means it does not follow Hess's law. Thank you.